Hi, how are you out there? Live! Here we are in Atlanta, Georgia, Creative Loafing Studio. My name's David Dondero. I'm going to play some new songs and old songs. I'm here in town tonight. We'll play with a show this evening if you're interested at Buteco with Ben Tricky. But my first song is called The Easy Chair. It's a newer song, and it's look at me sitting in the easy chair. Here we go. Take a selfie with a mushroom cloud as the backdrop while you smile so proud. Set the image effect to 1945. Wonder if we'll still be alive to see how many likes it got. If my skin burned off where my clothes are not, I don't think it'll ever get sent. It'll liquefy with the current event. Suddenly the power went out, the signal jammed along the route. Escaping cars run out of gas. I hide beneath the overpass of a highway that is useless now. The internet had been shut down. Information is word of mouth, and the word of mouth said it's all in doubt. From my easy chair, these are the things that I lay bare. In my mind so cold to wander, these are the things I do ponder in these times. History is cyclical, ignorance habitual. How could you have a memory if you cut class in history? Violence is contextual. When fighting the Nazis could never be peaceful, provocateurs have lit the fuse to keep the battlefield confused. From my easy chair, these are the thoughts that brought despair. In my mind so cold to wander, these are the things I do ponder in these times. Blind flag waving, patriot, suicidal, seizure fit, prepper lay dead in his track by the bunker on his back. Lazy culture got so fat. First world problems were just that. Escalation of a culture war, lost within the tidal bore of your easy chairs. These are the thoughts that brought despair. In my mind so cold to wander, these are the things I do ponder in these times. Vulnerable and paranoid, ununified, could be destroyed from office towers with all drone war. Robot soldier kept the score, tallied from a trillion screens. The algorithm felt the screams. Do I tend to awfulize? People die and the ratings rise. From my easy chair, these are the things that I are the thoughts that brought despair in my mind, so cold to wander. These are the things I do ponder in these times. So here's a song called The Underwater Sculpture Garden, a museum of sunken ideas. In the underwater sculpture garden, a museum of sunken ideas. You can see the statues of Confederate losers to remind you how they lost the war. You could teach a bigot how to scuba dive, to view the heritage of hate. It's not a sunken treasure, it's ideas that died and are buried in a watery grave. In the underwater sculpture garden, a museum of sunken ideas. You can see the statues of Confederate losers to remind you how they lost the war. Do you remember how they lost the war? You can look down on the sculptures far in the depths below. Maybe they could serve as a structure to help the coral reef to grow. In the underwater sculpture garden, a museum of sunken ideas. You can see the statues of Confederate losers to remind you how they lost the war. Take a hateful ideology and teach them about something new. What about marine biology? What about the ocean blue?